Okay, so welcome to the orientation. The goal here is to kind of give you the information that you need to be able to make a good timely decision and decide whether or not partnership with Bootstrapper Capital in any capacity makes sense for you at this moment in time. So the most common question that we get right off the bat is, what do you do? Like, what exactly do you do? Right? So folks come to the site or they know us through the network, whether it's a relationship or maybe through our content, YouTube, podcast, whatever the case may be. We're known, obviously we're Bootstrapper Capital, right? So we're willing to put in the hard work. We focus on simple, profitable outcomes. And when you go to the site or you happen to know us from the network, it's all about build, buy, and sell simple, profitable businesses, right? So us as our core, as a firm, that's what we do. We build, buy, and sell simple, profitable businesses. We are on our own investpreneur's journey of bootstrapping a $100 million portfolio 100% in public. So that's the journey that we're personally on. If you're not familiar with investpreneurship, you can definitely get to learn about it a little bit more in the community, but it's a less risky approach to entrepreneurship, taking the mindset and discipline of an investor and the passion and grit of an entrepreneur, combining the best of both worlds and helping you move your life forward realistically in a risk mitigated way. So that's like Bootstrapper Capital as a firm in a nutshell. But when we talk about the relationship and what we actually do, right, like the how behind this whole big goal of build, buy, and sell, and how we do the deals that we do, which later in this orientation we get into our actual deal structure. We pitch the deal structure to you so you can see it up front. We also go into more depth of how we truly deliver in terms of the offer and the relationship and the partnership. But the one thing that I want to really emphasize up front for everybody, for you specifically, is what's on this slide right now on the screen. And when I think about what we do or what we're the best at in the world or what we aspire to be the best at in the world, and I think it's the core of who we are as bootstrappers, because we've just been forced I think of it like a diamond almost, like there's just so much pressure as a bootstrapper to just figure things out, put in the hard work and grit and grind through it to get to these simple, profitable outcomes. Ultimately, you become almost like the Picasso of building businesses. You're just better at it because you put in the work to do that. And when I think about us, and I think about us as a firm and what we're really truly the best at, it's this. It's helping businesses build wedge equity, right? Now, what the heck does that even mean? I mean, simply put, it's, we help your business, or we help businesses, figure out how to become worth more, right? We grow valuations of companies. We grow ultimately how a business is perceived in the market to be valued, right? And there's specific ways in which you can do that. We look at a company and we just see all of this locked up equity, right? There's just a tremendous amount of equity typically locked up inside of companies that exists, and it's just waiting to be unlocked. And what we are the best at is looking at a company and figuring out how to unlock that equity and actually make it marketable, where other folks, investors in the ecosystem, are willing to put dollars to work for that. Right. So that's truly what we do. That's what we are the best at. And what we've done is productized an approach to be able to unlock or build that wedge equity. And when we say wedge equity, what we specifically mean is the difference between what your business is worth today versus what it will be worth tomorrow after we do these things. And that difference in the middle, that's the wedge. And that's what we're building. We're building that incremental value, the incremental worth of your company. And we do so through a very specific way, again, a productized approach that truly does systematically unlock wedge equity across the board. And then on a per business basis, of course, every business like a snowflake, everyone is unique in its own right. So everyone, even though we have a productized approach, there's also little nuances that we bring to the table for each and every relationship that we get into with every portfolio company that we work with. So that's what we do really in a very high level nutshell. And then the rest of this orientation will take you through, the way we structure our deals, kind of the how behind how we do this, the why, a big part of the why. We have a huge why and we believe in it a ton, tremendously. I mean, it's our true north. We really, truly have a true north unlike a lot of organizations who kind of say that they do, or they try to build or manufacture some sort of culture to try to, because it's the thing that they're supposed to do. We don't have investors. We don't have anything that we're accountable to other than ourselves. For the most part, everything that we use is my own money, my own capital. The folks that are part of the team and the firm, they invest their own time, effort, energy, grit. Everybody has, this unique journey that we're on. We all are on our own investpreneur's journey, and we've really built an awesome ecosystem where everybody can come together, coalesce for a certain, to a certain extent, align into a universal north trajectory and do some awesome things. So very, very happy to be able to share the rest of this with you. Appreciate you taking the time for the orientation, and looking forward to hopefully having a conversation, getting your feedback, and making this better, because always be optimizing, right? Like we personally are always trying to optimize, and we're huge proponents of that across the board.